Hello my friends and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 random run. We've got another vanilla run because I want to see if I can get back up over 80% and let's just see what we get. I'm going to be hoping for an easy one today because I actually we were having a big snowstorm and I fell while shoveling snow, kind of hurt my hand. It's my right hand, so only for manually aiming and stuff, but hoping to find one that we can take a little easy here. Let's reroll Soldier and Multitasker because I've done both of those already, and we'll look for another one. Alright, we've got Explorer. I don't believe I've done Explorer already. This one should be pretty fun, honestly. There's a lot of cool options here. I'm hoping for not Plank and not Torch, but other than that, I think everything will work pretty well. Wand is pretty bad too, but let's see what we get. Alright. Explorer with Cacti Club. So this is actually a fun one, and I think I used sticks for my class guide for Explorer, but Cacti Club is not that far behind. And the reason is that even though the projectile spawns from Cacti Club don't do any damage, they are very good at breaking trees when you have Lumberjack Shirt. And since Explorer just wants to run around cutting down trees, the Cacti Clubs make that a little easier. So that's going to be the plan. We basically just try to hit stuff and hope that our club's thorns break down the trees for us. So you can see we sniped that one from off screen, didn't have to walk over to it, which is kind of nice. Any other trees spawned anywhere? The trees spawn in waves, so you can pick those off as you go. You can kind of get a sense for when more trees are going to spawn. I'm going to take 3 melee damage for sure, because that's going to be really good with the Cacti Club. And luck, of course, is critically important when you're playing the Explorer. We're going to be breaking lots of trees, so that makes lots of crates. I will definitely lock the Gentle Alien, and we'll take a club and roll. Take a club. And I'm going to pick up the Cute Monkey as well. There will be lots of materials on the ground, I think. Even though we have the 50% lower material drop from enemies, we have trees, which will drop materials. Maybe it isn't worth locking. I would probably buy this later on, but I think we can do better. I'm looking for bags, mostly. Because actually, it's possible I shouldn't even... I'm remembering how to play Explorer again. It's possible I shouldn't even lock the anything that isn't a bag, because it's so important to roll for bags in the early levels with this character class. Since you generate crates and break trees and stuff, break trees for your primary income source, getting a bag makes a huge difference. I'm going to recycle the boxing glove, although it's possible I should take this, but no, I'm just going to recycle it, and then I'll take more luck. The more luck you get early, the better on this character. Then we're going to roll for more clubs here. Really unlucky there. It's very possible that I shouldn't lock the Gentle Alien. I probably will take Sharp Bullet. This will let these pierce, and that'll be kind of nice, again, just for breaking trees purposes. The further they go on the map, the more likely they are to break trees off screen. Anything that pulls materials to me, because we're mostly going to be breaking trees off screen, is going to be really important. Pretty weak income for Wave 3, although it is nice income, but definitely not as high as we would like. I'll recycle the Gummy Berserker here. I don't think we can afford to lose armor like that. And then I'm going to roll this. We're looking for attack speed or luck mostly. I'll take attack speed. And then 10 luck is an excellent find. That will help a lot. Here I'm going to buy the... I'm not going to buy the weapon. I'm going to buy the Gentle Alien and the Sharp Bullet. And I'm actually going to throw in one reroll even though we have a weapon locked. Because again, I'm just looking for bags. And in the early waves, especially because we're building luck, we're much less likely to find bags later on. So you want to roll a lot in your early shops. And in fact, again, I mentioned this earlier, I think it may have been an error to, because bag is such a critical item for this character, to lock the Gentle Alien. Normally, an item I'm very happy to lock in Shop 1, but for specifically the the Explorer, where there's basically one weapon that determines how good your run is, or one item that determines how good your run is or is not. It may just be more important to focus on getting that. Yep, more luck for sure. And then here, I could take damage, dodge, or armor. I think I'm just going to take some armor. We will struggle later on with damage, because cacti clubs are kind of bad weapons. So I'm going to just pick up 2 armor to make sure we're surviving. Ooh, we got alloy. I think we're going to pass on the alloy. And the reason for that is just that we don't really care about the ranged damage of our cacti clubs at all. We're just going to build them for melee damage, and alloy is pretty inefficient if you're just buying it for melee damage. Take the club, lock the broken mouth, and reroll. Nothing else I want here. We're going to end up with 25% damage. So I do want some percent damage just because of the Explorer's damage penalty. You need to mitigate that. But I think we're just going to keep the health and go on to the next wave. We want consumable healing more than any other kind of healing. We'll take some regen later on, but for the most part you can rely on the trees to keep you alive, since you are building luck and we'll have a lot of trees on the field. I will say this is going to be a hard Explorer run if we don't find a bag, because, and I've mentioned this before, Explorer is one of my least favorite designs in this game because it's so reliant on finding bag in the early levels. It's not impossible to win without it, of course, but the difference it makes is massive, and I just don't like one item being that critical to a class's success. I am going to take the Ugly Tooth there. We'll be hitting stuff a lot thanks to the spray of our cactus clubs, and we'll take some attack speed here because it's a level 3 upgrade. We're going to buy Broken Mouth. I will also take Head Injury, try to mitigate the damage penalty, and roll again. And yeah, I'll take another Broken Mouth. I do also want this Alien Tongue, I think. Pickup range is pretty good for this character, but I don't think I want it badly enough to lock it. 2 Broken Mouths is a great find, though. That will really help out. Pretty much at this point, we're still killing stuff, but there will come a point in the lifetime of your Explorer where you're pretty much just getting items from killing trees only and dropping crates only, and stop being able to really afford much in the shops because your wave clear is so slow. Although this build has done a pretty good job of mitigating the damage penalty, so we may make pretty good money anyways. But you can see the luck is really starting to pay off. We're getting a lot of crates, and if we had a bag, that would be worth a lot of money, but we don't. Some of these crates could also potentially drop bags for us, because we just got 5 crates. I will take the Weird Ghost, though that means I will need to be pretty careful off the start of the next wave, but the trees should spawn pretty early, so I should be safe, I think. And we'll take Cake as well. Beanie is still good. We definitely need move speed. Tree, of course, is great. And I am going to pass on Terrified Onion. I like move speed on this character a lot, but we cannot afford to decrease our luck on it. Here, I'm just going to take 3 armor again. I think that's going to be the thing that keeps us alive the most. Pocket Factory is a great find for this character, of course, because we're now going to generate many, many turrets, and we already have Sharp Bullet. That's another reason to take Sharp Bullet and Ugly Tooth that I didn't mention. Both of those work with Pocket Factory to provide a ton of extra utility, and we'll reroll. Now I can start buying Engineering as well, pretty aggressively, since we have those 2 items. Cacti Club and Gentle Alien I'm locking, and in case you're wondering, I rerolled because we had nothing locked and had not spent any rerolls that round. Both rerolls and items get more expensive as you go from wave to wave, so it's important to reroll and lock. It'll save you a lot of money if you haven't done that yet at all. So we're breaking trees and picking up the consumables. At this point, we should be healthy enough to survive most hits, especially because we ended up in this build with quite good armor. But I am going to make sure to try to run around the map and pick up these consumables as much as I can. Meanwhile, of course, my turrets are going to both help with wave clear and also help kill trees on their own. So between the Cacti Club thorns and the turrets that we're leaving on the ground, we should be generating a lot of, or we should be clearing the trees pretty quickly and generating a lot of extra turrets. Pocket Factory is one way we can make up for having not found Bag as another super key item for this character. Yep, more speed for sure, and more trees for sure. Here, I'll take flat damage, I think. Our attack speed is good, but... Or could be better, but our flat damage is very low right now, so we'll take some of that. I only have 5 armor right now. I think I will lock the stone skin and buy these other 2. Landmines I could buy, but I don't think it's worth it here. I'm just going to throw in 1 roll. And then, for all the reasons I talked about, I'm going to buy the book here. We can pick up engineering now that we have Pocket Factory. That will help a lot with our wave clear. I'm going to pass on the garden. We should have plenty of consumables. Come on, take me to trees. All right, there we go. When the trees spawn across the map, you have to like make sure you're actually getting them. So pretty much on Explorer, you just want to dodge. You don't really need to worry about wave clear. You're pretty much just dodging and cutting trees. And making sure to pick up materials. I would love a baby gecko. Sift's Relic, of course, is the best thing that we could find later on. Because we're going to leave a lot of materials on the ground. But a lot of our income just comes from picking up crates as well. It's not actually... We don't actually use money. We just get our items directly from boxes. But you can see how many turrets there are showing up here. Definitely I'll take the leather vest, especially because I have a stone skin locked, so that will be... That 2 armor will also be 2 health. And then I think I will take the black belt. No, I can't take black belt. I did want the XP gain and the damage, but can't lose luck on this character. Do I want to start building dodge now? I think I do. With a 9% dodge, we can start building dodge pretty aggressively. And then here I'm going to take the stone skin and take the recycling machine. Recycling machine, another excellent find for this character, of course, because when you have recycling machine and you're getting tons of drops from boxes, then you get a lot of money just recycling them. I will also take the injection here. We can still bring our percent damage back up, and we get a leveled up Cacti Club, which is nice. Although, at this point, it's possible I should just be buying... I should just be a pure engineering build. This wave, we should still get decent money from wave clear, even with the 50% lower drop rate of materials for this character, because there's just so many enemies spawning. We have multiple gentle aliens already. And our turrets do enough damage that they will help clear these horde aliens as well. I do need to be a little careful not to take too much damage, though. I'm starting to think I should have taken that boxing glove, actually. Since this build doesn't really do damage later on, the knockback actually would have been pretty useful. And it might have... The downside is that with all of these turrets and all the thorns, it would really be ping-ponging the enemies all over the map, which might make it hard to dodge. Getting very unlucky on crate drops, by the way. We've killed like 20 trees and got 0 crates that round. Got 1 crate that round. Lifesteal isn't bad on Cacti Clubs, but I think in general you're just healing off consumables on this build, so do I want 10% attack speed for 67? I think I do. And then here, more luck and more melee damage. We are also going to upgrade some clubs by the injection and roll. Cute monkey. I really wish I had a baby gecko, but I think I will still take the cute monkey. We'll still upgrade and roll again. And shackles will cap our speed, but gives us a lot of stats we need. So I think I will buy the shackles, and I'll buy the metal plate. I'm still not buying pumpkins, because the piercing damage only affects our thorns and our turrets. And neither of those are a big chunk of damage for us yet. Although, with the shackles, the turrets will start to do more damage, and maybe it's worth investing in a pumpkin. I think it's not worth locking, though. There we go. Finally got another crate. 2 more crates. Just needed that 15 extra luck, I guess. But basically, you can see we are not really killing stuff that much with our weapons. We're just getting money from breaking trees and boxes. I'm pretty sure I haven't done Explorer for random yet, but if I have, oh well. It's a difficult enough class and a weird enough class that I feel pretty good about doing it again. And it plays out very differently depending on what weapons you have. Like this one, we're just knocking down turrets and everything. Alright, we got 3 crates. Alien Eyes, we'll take it. It won't be a huge portion of our damage, but it's another way to break trees. I'm going to recycle the Scar, because at this point in the game, we're just not getting levels anyways. And Community Support's going to be a lot of attack speed. We do lose armor and health, but there's so many enemies that spawn on this character that more attack speed is, or that Community Support's incredible. I'm tempted to take the 6% speed because I'm going to buy the Shackles. In fact, I think I will. 21% is a lot better to lock myself at than 15. So we'll take Shackles, we'll take Coffee. I don't really care about harvesting, but I'm not going to build Lifesteal here. Baby Elephant, we are building Luck, so that might be worth it. I think I will take that and the Cute Monkey. And roll again, and here I'm going to grab a Lemonade rather than upgrading my club. We're not going to kill the Elite. There's basically no way. So we're just going to take the club, or take the healing to make sure we stay alive. As always on this character, the dangerous level is wave 14. And even though this build is going fairly well, we could still easily die on wave 14 when just too many enemies spawn. And the number of enemies that spawn that wave and summon projectiles makes it very difficult to dodge. Basically just running away from the Elite. We have enough movement speed and enough space on the map that we can just stay away from it. And we're just spraying thorns everywhere, and the thorns are producing turrets for us. And then the turrets are doing actually still a lot of our wave clear. Such as it is. We still do not have good wave clear. Yeah, I do think it actually really was a mistake not to take that boxing glove. I can't guarantee that the boxing glove wouldn't have killed us by sending enemies just ping-ponging all over the map. But I think being able to deal with rib cages in a useful way would be pretty nice for us. I'm going to recycle the bat, because I just don't think we're going to get positive lifesteal. Definitely not taking Peacock at this point, but I will take the Goat Skull. And more luck. Just always more luck on this character. Take the Cacti Club, take the helmet, and roll. Metal plate, yes. And roll. And we have negative 4 crit chance, so Lucky Coin is useless. We'll take Leather Vest. I also don't really need Bandana at this point. We already have a piercing effect. I guess it would make our turrets pierce twice, but how good is that? I'm going to say not that good. Oh, I shouldn't have re-rolled there, though. That I had already spent too much on rolling, but that's alright. We get to lock 3 good items. See, this is nice, because you definitely do not ever have to manually aim with this character, so despite my hand injury, still able to play this build very easily. It is very satisfying in the late game when you have Pocket Factory and you're just spitting out tons and tons of turrets everywhere. This character does become very fun and chaotic. And I think it's relatively strong. The issues that I have with it are more from a design sense than a fun sense. Just because I think, especially for newer players, having to roll for very specific items is something that the game really shouldn't should strive not to make you do for any of the classes, really. I will take this just for 6 luck. We don't really care about losing 5% damage here. I'm going to recycle the Wandering Bot. That just won't come up, I don't think, and 86 materials is a lot. Recycle Toxic Sludge. I will take the Pencil, though. We're going to keep building Engineering just kind of as it comes. I'll roll here and take 4 armor. Perfect. Upgrades, upgrades, more health. We're up to 70 health thanks to primitive weapons and having found, what, 3 Broken Mouths? I mean, Broken Mouth is such a good item. It's hard to go wrong when your build has 3 Broken Mouths. And then I'll roll, and 1 more reroll to see if we can get anything good. I'll take a tree here, and I will pass on the fin. Alright, basically trying to make sure that my screen is showing all of the map, at least at various points. That way I can check if there's any trees I need to break or big concentrations of materials I need to run down and pick up. The Explorer map size is about 4 times the size of your screen, so you can just kind of think of it in quadrants. Make sure you're going into each quadrant relatively frequently, so you are picking stuff up as it drops. You can see how much money we'd have made if we had a bag, though, because we've dropped about 20 boxes. And these runs are so much smoother when you have a bag. I'm concerned that we just don't have the defensive stats to survive next level. I suppose we'll see. I'm going to just recycle this, I think. I don't think I need 1 more melee damage for that. Improved Tools is incredible, of course. That's an awesome find, and especially combined with community support, that's going to make our turrets attack incredibly frequently. I'll take the tardigrade. I don't think it will help that much, but maybe against a boss or something. And I'll recycle the mutation. Baby Gecko's a great find even this late. Ooh, interesting. So I could take 3 armor or 15 attack speed. The attack speed's good for my improved tools. The armor's good for my stone skin. I'm going to take the armor here. Like I said, I'm very worried about the next wave. I will take power generator, though. That will bring our percent damage back up. Do I want Silver Bullet? It won't help with wave 14. I don't think we're ever going to kill elites and bosses even if I take it, so I think I'm going to pass on it. I'm looking for things that will keep me alive next wave, basically. 15 luck, 18 harvesting. I think I'm going to roll once more and hope that I find something good this next wave. I'm not going to take blood donation. It does give me a lot of harvesting, but just not worth it at this point. Unfortunately, we haven't found anything. These rerolls are getting too expensive, so we're going to go into wave 14 and hope for the best. Trying as much as possible to clear the summons as they spawn. You want to stop these guys from stacking up, but it's going to be, because of the larger map size and the larger number of enemies, it's going to be impossible to stop them from stacking up forever. So there are just going to be infinite summons and thus infinite projectiles on the map later on. Trying to make sure I'm picking up consumables. And basically, we're not going to get much money or anything this wave. I'm just trying to stay alive and not tank too much damage. Oh, there's a loot alien, which I'm just not going to go after, because we still have to survive like 10 seconds, something like that. And you can see things are getting pretty hectic over here. Very easy to just walk into 20 projectiles and instantly get deleted on this wave, on this character. But we made it through just by hiding in the corner. Tractor, I think that's worth it. I mean, it only needs 3 waves to pay for itself. We lose some damage, but this is still good. I might speculate on the snake. If I find a scared sausage, it could be good. Our elemental damage is 0. Nah, I'm just going to recycle the snake. I'll take riposte, though. We can use the melee damage, and we do still want to build our dodge, although here I'm just going to take armor. toolbox is engineering, although it would decrease our attack speed, which also makes our turrets worse. I think I'm just going to pass on all that and look for things that will help again in the near term. Though I will take bowler hat. We lose some attack speed, but the luck is still very, very valuable at this point. And I've already re-rolled once, so let's just go to the next wave. Alright, we made it past the really dangerous part, though, so think we should be okay. I'm trying to get away from the crocodile, just keep it on the other side of the map. As long as you can stay all the way away from it, it actually moves slowly because it only does its charge attack when it's in range of you. So if you just keep it on the other side of the map, you can avoid it pretty easily. Although once it's in its second stage, it's going to catch up more easily. And now that it's charging at me constantly, I'm not able to outpace it anymore. That's okay, as long as we just keep running. It may hit me with some of its circles, but I can just keep cycling through the map, just letting my turrets clear stuff. We just run away and let the turrets do the work. I'll take the butterfly here. We're not going to hit positive lifesteal probably, but it's still, I think, worth picking up. We'll take the weird food for sure. Recycle this. Melee and elemental damage, we would lose pickup range. Pickup range is very good for this character, but I think I'll take the gnome. There's a chance also that we find a scared sausage and want that kind of effect. I'll take just 8% damage here. Ooh, Rip and Tear is pretty interesting, honestly. Rip and Tear plus Plastic Explosive together. We actually have good melee damage, so that's going to be a lot of explosions. Roll that, and then here I will take the whetstone, and I'm going to lock the dynamite. Suddenly we have an explosive sub-theme. Still have to hunt down and kill the brain bugs here, because if too many enemies get buffed, we will not be able to clear them. Yeah, the Rip and Tear is doing a lot of work. It's only like 30 damage explosions, but when there's this many enemies on the field, that adds up. I expect it'll do like 2,000-3,000 damage this round. Maybe even more. I'll have to see at the end of the round. Also, that weird food was a very important find for us, because now, even though we haven't really been building other sources of healing, the consumables are just keeping us alive. Didn't make that much money this wave, but we're doing okay. I'm going to recycle this. I'll recycle this. We'll never have a crit chance. Take that. Recycle that. And then here, I could just take more lifesteal. That's still good healing for us with the thorn projectiles. So I think I will. Now that we are building positive lifesteal, we might as well just start upgrading that. Take the dynamite and roll. Upgrade our cacti club. Take the bunny. Roll again. Definitely helmet, although it cost me % damage. Do I want another cute monkey? We've got one gecko. I think I do want another cute monkey. We'll roll again, and just some melee damage. Melee damage still pretty good for us. Don't think this gnome is going to work out, really, but it's not a huge problem. See how much damage we do if we actually hit that thing. Basically none. Alright, so the buffed rib cages is another point where we could lose. There's a lot of slashers and a lot of rib cages on the field. We're going to start taking deterministic damage from the buffed rib cages, because we don't have enough knockback to keep them away from us. We're not, or enough damage to kill them before they start hitting us. What I mean by deterministic damage is just damage that we cannot avoid, right? It's guaranteed that once a ribcage reaches a certain speed, it's going to start hitting us. Luckily, we do have a lot of consumable healing, so we're able to at least live through those hits. As well as very good health and armor. We really did not want to get into that pile of enemies there. You saw those slashes. Recycle. I'll take these landmines. Let's just... We have, like I said, a mild sub-theme of explosions. And now with spicy sauce, we have a major sub-theme of explosions. We generate so many consumables, and we can step on them for more booms. Will the coupon pay for itself here? I think it probably still will, and then I'll just buy these two. Maybe the coupon won't, I don't know. We'll see at the end. Oh, I forgot to check the rip and tear damage. I'll check this wave. He said, knowing there was a better than 80% chance that I forget. Yeah, these buffed chargers are, like the helmet guys, are not anywhere near as bad as a buffed ribcage for us, so this is actually a much easier wave than last wave. Even aside from the elite. Stepping on consumables and blowing stuff up as much as we can. Second spicy sauce that's in the shop will make this much more reliable too, which will be kind of nice. That would be 3% damage. I don't think that's worth 150. I'll take another baby elephant, sure. And mushroom. At this point, our luck is less important than just having some regen and surviving. And similarly, I'm going to take this. This is also 10% damage. Damage over cap, if you have damage capping items, or speed over cap, will still give you damage from the power generator, so you can still take that. Take spicy sauce and schmoop, and alright, we're going to check the rip and tear. 20,000 damage so far after 2 waves, so yeah, definitely paying for itself. Only 1,400 from the spicy sauce, so not as much as I would have expected. Upgrade this club, and buy a tree, and roll again, buy this, and lock this. And let's go to wave 19. This was honestly a very fun Explorer run. Just because we got Pocket Factory early, it makes the class so much smoother. And also I found like an early level 2 luck as a level up, and you don't get that many level ups on this character because you drop fewer materials, so you have lower XP. So that was pretty fortunate as well. I always have to be careful when I say stuff is lucky in this game, because luck is actually a stat, and I don't mean that that was affected by luck. I mean, we got personally fortunate. Alright, I'm going to take the boxing glove just out of curiosity. I want to see what happens as the enemies get knocked all over the map. And then, yeah, we can take the strange book here. We get some engineering. We have some elemental damage. That was the other one of the other secret reasons I wanted to take the gnome, is we have a lot. I think we have all of these items that turn one stat into another stat, except Lucky Coin, which we rejected. And then, sure, we'll just take 6 melee damage here. Take some of that, and then, oh no, Retromation's hoodie. Alright, that's another one that turns one stat into another and would be really sick here. 38% attack speed is still good. But I think, unless I want to sell a club for the regen potion, I think we're passing on both of those cool upgraded items, which is a little sad, but that's fine. There we go. Let's roll again, see if there's anything cool here. Not really. Go to wave 20. Again, not even bothering to hit the elites. I want to keep them in their tier 1 form as long as possible to make this easier. And I actually really want to make sure we're clearing other things and getting consumables on the ground, because we're going to need those to heal up. As the elites enter their later forms, I'm going to start taking a lot of hits from them. We don't have much dodge. My armor's very good, so we shouldn't be in too much threat, but dodge is what really keeps you alive in the late game if you have good dodge. Alright, so far the boxing glove knockback is looking pretty thin, honestly. It's not ping-ponging things around the map the way I was hoping. Was really hoping they'd all get punted around by the thorns and the turrets and do something pretty funny. Does not seem to be occurring. A lot of the enemies this wave are immune to knockback also. Actually, the Cacti Club thorns may not be knocking enemies back at all, which I thought they should, but it doesn't look like they are. Weird. Alright, well, that was the Explorer with Cacti Clubs. I think this is just a very solid build and just a good way to win on Explorer. I think Stick is slightly easier just because his sticks are so powerful and such a good weapon, but Cacti Club is a great way to do it. You mitigate two of the Explorer's downsides, and it's easy for you to break trees, you get lots of HP, and you get the 25% damage, which helps make up for your damage penalty. Again, on Explorer, you really want to look for bags early, and Pocket Factory, of course, solos the character for you. But other than that, we didn't make that many important decisions this game, to be honest. It was just roll until we found Pocket Factory, and then buy a lot of luck, and then Pocket Factory does all the work, which is kind of how Explorer plays out, typically. Alright, my friends, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and as always, of course, you can feel free to leave a comment. That helps with the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel for more of this and other strategy game content, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers, and GG.